Welcome to Boxing Profiles. How you guys doing? I'm your host, Tony Prince. Hey guys, hi. I just want to talk some boxing today. Well, folks, everybody knows number one conversation in boxing, Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford. Well, I'm moving on from that conversation because it don't look like anything is happening. No contract signed, no nothing is happening. So it's time to move on. That subject is dead. It's just dead, completely dead. But this weekend, we got Danny Garcia against Benavidez, against Jose Benavidez, not David, Jose Benavidez, which is going to probably be a really, really good fight. Hopefully that's a really good fight card. Again, I'm gonna do everything I can to try to cover that fight. You know, it's gonna be slamming. But let's get back to talking boxing. Boxing again needs to be put back on free TV. Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, Tommy Hearns, all these guys, even Muhammad Ali fought on free TV. Okay, they became household names because it was on free TV. The issue today is with a lot of the fighters. Sometimes we don't even hear about these fighters, don't even know who they are. It's because they don't have any marketing. Marketing is the key. When you're on television, you get marketed because people watch you. Yes, I do understand that things have changed. Now people are streaming. They're doing all kinds of things, boxing's got to step up. Boxing's got to give us more than 3 and 4 fights for $100 or $80. You got to give us more than that, boxing. Come on now. MMA is giving us, man, what, 10 something fights from the undercard and the pay-per-view. Come on now, they kicking y'all butt, and they still on free TV. I mean, I could go to a streaming channel and watch them. I mean UFC, and and they're becoming big, and they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Boxing is the pastime here in America. Okay, it's not gonna go away, but things are becoming a lot more difficult for a lot of the fighters. You don't know who these guys are. Okay, I mean, there's guys out there that I see. I said, man, where'd this guy come from? I said, man, that guy's been fighting for years and never even heard of the guy. I mean, just I'm not gonna mention any names at the particular moment, but I just, I'm just like, wow, okay. So we need to get boxing back on television. You promoters that are out there, we need to get boxing back on television, even if it is on the streaming channel. If it's on the streaming channel, then we need to offer that for free. All they got to do is just sign up, and then they're able to watch the boxing matches. We need to bring back Friday night fights, Monday night fights, Tuesday night fights, Wednesday night fights. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. We need to bring it back so people have something exciting to watch, okay? And they can watch the up and coming fighters, okay? That's what we need to do, okay? This is what boxing fans really, really want. It's okay to have your Terrence Crawfords, your Earl Spencers, and your Javante Davis and your Ryan Garcias, okay, and all these other hosts of the Charlo brothers and all these other hosts of great, great fighters out there, your Victor Ortizes and all these other guys, Pitbull, and it's great to have those guys. But those guys are already at the top of their game. What about all the fighters that are coming up right now? Those are some of the most exciting boxing matches you can watch. Why? It's because these fighters are still hungry. They are still hungry, and they want to make a name for themselves. And they want to be great. Okay? And the only way you could be great inside that squared ring is to fight. That's it. Okay? All right, now, like I said, we got Danny Garcia and Jose Benavidez this weekend. Okay? Great fight. Great fight. Okay? I'm leaning towards Danny to win the fight. I could be wrong, but I'm leaning towards Danny to win the fight with that no look hook. Oh, I got to go with Danny on this one. I got to go with Danny. Danny's been through a lot. Danny's fought a lot of great fighters, and I mean, Benavidez, Jose, don't really pay attention to him. I pay attention to his brother David. Yeah, David. Woo, he's smoking. I mean, he put hands on you. Yeah, I mean, woo. Now, Jose, last time I saw him fight, he fought Crawford. That's it. Crawford bent him over, and that was it. You know, he was night night. So I, still don't know a whole lot about him. I mean, I hear that he's a good fighter. Don't know a whole lot. I can go look at some films on him, but still don't know a whole lot about him. What he's really bringing to the table for Danny Garcia. But I know what Danny's bringing. Danny's bringing power. He's bringing experience and devastating punching power. Just devastating punching power. So I know what he's bringing. I don't know if Benavidez even got a knockout punch like that. I don't know. I know David does. I don't know if his brother has it. I don't know. That's just me, though. I could be completely 100% wrong, not trying to make one fighter look better than the other fighter because that's not what this is about. What it's about is boxing, the two fighters getting in the ring, putting it all on the line, and everybody should know who these fighters are. That's what I'm saying. So promoters, you're out there. This is Boxing Profiles TV, the podcast. We also have Boxing Profiles TV, the network. We are a network brand now, also on Roku TV, or if you got a smart TV, you can see us right here, Roku TV, Boxing Profiles, right there. You can see us, okay? This icon may change in the near future. We're working on that right now. So just to let you guys know, we are a network. We are looking to host boxing on our network to give you those Friday night fights. Also, we're looking to host the amateur boxing fighters also, so you guys can see all the up and coming fighters. Okay, folks, go over to Boxing Profiles TV. Sign up right now. It's free. Okay, it's free, folks. Go over there, sign up right now. All right, we will be uploading content to the channel. Okay, guys. All right, guys. So let's get into this Danny Garcia and the Benavidez fight. I don't know if you guys seen the fight hype press conference that they had. It was getting a little funky in there, with the fighters and things like that. So we just got to see what's happening. Actually, play a little clip for you guys here. All right.
Of course, Danny's trained by his father as well, that Angel Garcia. Angel, your thoughts on what we should expect Saturday night and Danny Garcia at 154?
Well, first of all, I want to thank God, Jesus Christ, the Lord and Savior. Without him is none of this. First of all, we're going in there with the power of God. That's the only man we fear. That's it. We don't fear nobody, like you said. You guys, Eric Gomez, Robert Diaz on Golden Boy, when we were Golden Boy for 5 years, we never turned nobody down, ever. And we never picked a scratch. So he not you does, and he ain't a bigger man. The only level ain't bigger than Danny. That's it. What's up with that? Like when you eye to eye, you're the same size. Doesn't matter. When you eye to eye, you're the same size. Big dog, listen.
I'll show you what the big dog is. I'm going to show you guys. I don't have to say much. I'm going to let my kids do the talking, right?
Brother, exactly. So don't underestimate the bad guy.
Nobody's underestimating anything. I told you guys, I did that competition. I told you guys. Okay, you guys don't.
You don't have no skill, Papa.
I mean, who's the old man? You guys are the fucking border. Check this out. Enough of talking and let's do it for ourselves.
We ready. July 30th on Showtime. Don't forget the Danny Garcia show, the greatest show on earth. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Danny Garcia show, the greatest show on earth. That's right. We in Philly, baby. Listen, we from Philly, baby. Listen, you want to be a champion?
And I'm from Phoenix.
You got to be a champion. Salam alaikum.
We'll finish with this. They're expecting thousands here at the packed house. A million people watching this fight on Saturday night, Jose. What can you guarantee us that they are going to get when you two step into the ring on Saturday?
It'll be a fight. It's gonna be fireworks. Like I said, I respect Danny Garcia's dad. Just talks too much. Danny Garcia, you know, he's a good fighter. Nothing against him.
He's a great fighter, not a good fighter, great fighter. 14 undefeated, 14 champions at his belt. Okay, defending his title 10 times. You can win a title defending. Guys are winning, they lose it the next time they defend it. That tells you a lot. We don't have, well, you know what I'm saying? You notice I was talking about amateur fight run with his. You're talking about those international. Listen, they ready to take the amateurs away from so much goddamn cheating. It's not even cheating, it's corruption. God bless America. God bless America.
Grab the mic to be there.
Are we in war right now?
No. I respect the team, you know, let them take the opportunity. Let's just let the visitors up.
Danny,
Told them not to give them a mic.
Danny, we'll finish it with you. Same question. For the 1,000, I mean, they're expecting a good 15,000 people up here at Barclays Center. Millions watching this fight. What can you guarantee us that we're going to get when you two step in the ring Saturday?
You know, I'm gonna go out there and have fun. And do what I do best in this fight. Find a way. That's what I always do. Do what I do. Same thing you always say. Danny Garcia going there, great show, great fight, and get this W.
And what's the message that you send into the 154-pound division? Because it is going to be your first fight at this weight. What's the message you send to them Saturday night?
You know, show we here. We here. We here. We ain't going nowhere.
Jose, same thing to you. Message you send in the 154-pound division.
You're gonna see them, like I said. I'm not gonna say much.
Champ, your matters 54, 60, 40, 47. Come on, champ.
I got it, Angel. That is what we've got here, folks. And it all goes down Saturday, 9 o'clock Eastern. Showtime Championship Boxing. Danny Garcia, Jose Benavidez.
Danny Garcia show. Don't forget the greatest show ever.
Make sure to tune in, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Guys, we're going to face off, correct? Let's get some faces off. We're going to face off the fighters. Appreciate everybody watching.
There you go, folks. That was entertaining just to see, you know, Danny's dad just go ahead and get to talking over there. Just to get to talking over there. Yeah, Danny's dad, he's a character, man. He really knows how to sell a show. Man, that was fun. That was fun. You notice Danny Garcia was sitting there very quiet, very disciplined. Okay? I never seen Danny like that before. He at least would say something, but Danny was real quiet. He didn't say much. Sometimes it's quiet before the storm. So, folks, let's see. Let's see what happens here. This is an interesting fight here too, you know. Again, like I said, I'm rocking with Danny on it, but you know, you just never know sometimes. Sometimes people surprise you, you know. Sometimes that that underdog or that person that you think that may not win the fight sometimes wins the fight. So, because you don't know what Benavidez is going to bring to the table. You know, my understanding, he's been training, he's been working on a couple new things, and the only way we'll find out is Saturday night. I said it before, I'll say it again. When fighters step into the ring, the first round is the only round that you have 3 minutes to be great. Second round's not promised to any fighter. If you make it to the second round, then so be it. But 3 minutes to be great. Doesn't matter who you are. You step in there, you got 3 minutes to be great. Mistakes cannot exist. You have to pay attention to your craft, and when you are doing your craft inside that ring, you're showing everybody how well you paid attention to your craft and how well you know your craft when you are in that squared ring. That's all you got, baby. 3 minutes. That's it. So with that being said, folks, you know, as fighters, we look forward to seeing something entertaining. Danny Garcia is a name that everybody knows. You know, Jose Benavidez is getting there. His name is okay. He's pretty good. He's huge in Arizona because a lot of that's where he's from. But Danny's he's there. Jose Benavidez is probably, like I said again, he could be, you know, I said I don't know a whole lot about him, but yeah, he could, like I said, world class fighter. He fought Terrence Crawford, so he's a world class fighter. But I still don't know a whole lot about him. There's a lot of guys on the top 10 list that I don't know a whole lot about him. You know, I mean, I see the guy and I say, okay, who's this guy? Then I got to go back and I got to start studying these guys and start saying, okay, all right, I ain't never seen this guy. Okay, then I go back and start looking at, you know, from when he first started, you know, if there's any amateur records and all that other stuff. I start going back and start looking at him. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, he's a decent fighter. He's this, he's that, you know. But you know, I mean, I'm just amazed with the way that boxing is going and the marketing part of boxing is what it comes back to is because again, boxing's not on free TV. Don't know who these guys are. I mean, you know, I think that's sad, especially when I grew up in an era where we knew who all these guys were. Okay, we knew who they are. I mean, man. Okay, I mean, yeah, you know, back then, the marketing was there, but you know, the big super money that Mayweather made wasn't there. Mayweather came in the right time. He made all this money, household name. Everybody knew who he was. But also, Mayweather did something that a lot of fighters couldn't do, and that's continue winning and winning and winning and having offense and having defense. This man was just, oh, he was a one of a kind. We're not going to see another Mayweather, okay? Just like we're not going to see another Pernell Whitaker, okay? We're not going to see another Willie Pep. We're not going to see another Muhammad Ali. We're not going to see another Mike Tyson, okay? We're not going to see another Roberto Duran, Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard. We're not going to see those fighters ever again. The only time you're going to see them is when you go back and you look at tapes of those fighters. That is the only time you're going to see him because every fighter is completely different. So we are not going to see those fighters again. And all those guys, every last one of those guys was a special talent. That's right. I'm going to say it again. Was a special talent. Some guys were extraordinary. Okay? Guys that I would throw in there under extraordinary is few and far between. Mayweather, absolutely extraordinary talent. Number 2, extraordinary talent. Aaron Pryor, extraordinary. Okay? Fighters like Aaron Pryor, we will never see again. That is the only time you'll see a guy like that. Alexis Arguello. Salvador Sanchez. Okay? I can go and name a host of fighters, okay? You know what I mean? Gomez. Edwin Rosario. Okay? Benitez, Miguelito Cotto. I could just keep going and keep going on all these extraordinary talents that we will never see again in boxing. So, folks, don't let these memories pass you by. If you've never seen these guys fought before, go back, look at the tapes of these guys. We need to get boxing back to what it used to be. It's not what it used to be. It's completely not what it used to be. I mean, the whole fight game, everything has changed. You know, boxing has always been corrupt, but the whole fight game has changed. And that's the issue that I got with boxing currently right now. Okay? I mean, you know, we stop and we think about this is, you know, I said I was moving on to it, but I'm going to bring it up because this brings up a great point. Back then, everybody fought everybody. Now, you got two fighters that are quote unquote maybe 1-2 or 2-1, whatever you want to call them. And these guys can't even get together and want to bring up a fight. Don't make sense to me. It doesn't make a bit of sense to me. And no, I'm not saying this one's better than that one's better than this one. I just don't think now. I don't even think the fight's even gonna happen. Period. That's it. Okay? I just don't know what's gonna happen here. Okay? And that's why I said it's time to move on to find other fighters that are exciting to talk about. Okay, we got our Shakur Stevensons. Okay, we got Virgil Ortiz that's out there. All right, we got a whole host. We got Jaron Ennis that's out there. We got a whole host of prospects that are out there that we could talk about. But all those fighters are at the top too. They're at the top. Either they're champions or they're right at the top where everybody knows who they are. Okay, those guys are there already. I want to talk about the guy nobody knows yet. The up and comers. Those are the guys that I'm looking forward to paying attention to. I know in Sacramento there's some fights coming up pretty soon. I don't know the show. Somebody was just telling me about it, but you know, I'm gonna more than likely go out to see who's up and coming out of Sacramento, California. That's what I'm gonna do. Sacramento's just up the road from me, so I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna see what fighters are up and coming. Also, there's Cash Creek that's that they put on fights and things like that at the casino. So, you know, I'm gonna try to contact the promoter there and try to find out up and coming fighters that are very, very talented that are out there, you know, that's trying to make a name for themselves. Those are the guys I want to see, because those are the fights that you're gonna want to see, because these are the guys that are hungry. They want to get to the top of their game. Okay, and these are the guys that are gonna fight their hearts out, you know. So these are the guys that I'm more than likely are gonna be looking to watch. Don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna watch the big name fighters. Oh, absolutely. But I'm more than likely to start concentrating on some of the lower level fighters, and the reason why is because number one, they're gonna give me more excitement. I'm gonna get more bang for my buck when it comes to going to an event. And I'm sorry to say that I have to say that, you know, especially when it comes to the high level fighters, because you know, like I said, what I've been doing, I spend $80, $90, $100 and I get 3 fights. Come on, man. 3 fights? Come on. Come on now. And then if you got 2 fights, that's a knockout. And even if the main event lasts 12 rounds, I mean, come on. Really? Think about it. Let's just think about that. You know, that's just how I see it. That's how I feel. You know, these guys, I hope this fight get made. It's something that I believe would bring a lot of money in. But promoters, here's something else that you guys might want to think about. If you want a huge draw with the quote unquote the biggest fight in boxing, okay, not gonna mention the names because, you know, that's it. I'm just not gonna mention the name. The biggest fight in boxing. Maybe you should do a double main event. Maybe put Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia on the fight. Do a double main event. That will bring the numbers in and definitely jack up the money so that you can pay your fighters the money that both fighters want. Okay? If both fighters want 20 million, okay, hey man, give it to them. Give it to them if we can get the fight. But if we can't get the fight, I mean, you know, then the other fighter is looking to move up. You know, actually, both of them are looking to move up because they both saying they're going to go to 154. So even at 154, will they meet again? That's the other question. That's the other question right there. 154, will they meet again? You know, anyway, that's enough of that. Well, getting back to the up-and-coming fighters, these are the guys that I want to see. I want to see all the up-and-comers. Guys that we haven't heard of is the guys that I want to see, because these are the guys, like I said, they're going to fight their hearts out. You know, they're going to fight their hearts out. They're going to want, because I know that there's guys out there that really, really want to make a name for themselves in the boxing game, okay? And there's guys that's going to be coming from all over the United States that's looking, okay? There's all kinds of fighters that are out there, and there's some of them out there are special talents, okay? We just got to look for them, and we'll find them. We'll discover them. We'll see. We'll see. There's a couple other new prospects that are out there that I've seen And I was like, okay, this guy looks really, really good, okay? So, there's a couple of them that I'm starting to really pay attention to. So I'm not gonna mention the names of them yet, but you know, boxing is, I'm still not impressed with it right now. I just want to see more from boxing. It's got to be more to it, okay? I mean, just the fact that we only get 3 fights on the card, maybe 4 fights on the card. I just don't know. Promoters, you guys got to step up. Somebody got to do something. Somebody's got to do something when it comes to this, okay? All right, guys, if you like this sort of content, guys, go ahead, like, subscribe, write something in the comment. Even if you got a hate comment, send it. I don't care. Send it. It's content, okay? It's something that we can talk about, all right? And, the bottom line to this is everybody that is a Crawfords fan is right. Everybody that is a Spence fan is right. That's your fighter. That's your fighter. Okay? So everything you say about them is right. Okay? That's where I'm going to leave that. Okay? I'm just going to leave it there. And if you disagree, then you just disagree. But, whatever, however you feel about your fighter, that's your fighter. Period. That's it. Okay? That's how I leave it. Just leave it like that. Just leave it in the neutral zone. That way, you won't, I'm just trying not to hear a lot of stuff that's going to cause different, difference of, a lot of difference of opinion and stuff like that. Because again, we can agree to disagree. Okay, that's how I see it. And I'm not going to get on here because I see other podcasts that get on here and they getting into not arguments, but they getting into telling people straightforward and this and that. And to me, that's all nonsense. I got better things to do with my time than to sit here and try to explain something like that to somebody. When they're going, no matter what you say to them, they're not going to change their opinion anyway. So, what's the sense of even talking about it? It's just time to move on. Let's talk about something that is better than that, which is the up and coming fighters, not your Boots Ennises, okay, not your Virgil Ortizes and all those other guys. Yes, they're up and coming, and your Shakur Stevenson and all those guys, they still up and coming. Some of them are champions, but not those guys. I want to talk to the guys that are below them, those up and coming fighters. Those are the guys that I'm looking to pay attention to, because those are the ones that's going to be the future. Those are the ones that's going to fight your Boots Ennises and your Shakur Stevenson and your Virgil Ortizes and all those guys. I heard Virgil Ortiz said he liked to fight Keith Thurman or Danny Garcia. That's what I heard him say. I don't know. That would be those would be 2 good fights. I mean, Danny and Thurman seem to possess knockout power. So does Ortiz. But I don't think that'll be a good fight. We'll find out. We'll find out a lot about Ortiz. Okay. I mean, yes. We're finding out a lot about him. But sometimes when you get into the ring with these big name fighters, then you find out if these guys were some hype, or do they possess the skills that they claim that they have? That's the question, okay? Because regardless of what everybody say about Boots Ennis is a good fighter. He is a good fighter. But he has not been tested with a Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford, okay, or any other fighters like a Sean Porter, okay. He ain't been tested with none of those guys yet, okay. So I mean, yeah, he beat up this dude Custio Clayton, but I mean, come on, man, really? But he ain't really truly been tested. What does he have in the tank? What does he have in the tank? That's what I wants to find. I want to find out what Boots have in the tank, because it's easy to do this. But the only way we're going to find out is if Boots get into the ring with the top dogs. People say, oh, people ain't getting in the ring with him. That's nonsense. That is nonsense. Okay? Because the guys at the top are definitely not scared of Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis just don't have nothing to offer them currently at this moment. Okay? The guys at the top are looking at, okay, what does he have to offer me? He don't really have anything to offer me. That's why they're not fighting him. Okay? All right? Yeah, he's ranked number 1 currently right now. So maybe he might get one of those big name fights. Then we're going to find out, what does he have? Can Boots take the pressure of an Errol Spence Jr.? You know, everybody says Errol Spence, he's a one-dimensional, he's this, he's that. Okay, whatever. But Errol Spence is still the 3-belt holder, and he's still the champion. Okay? So my question is, can Boots Ennis take that kind of pressure? Okay? You know, when you're fighting lesser opponents, you know what I mean? It's easy to look great. It's easy to look great. But when you get into a ring with a great fighter, then we find out who you really are. Okay? Just like with Floyd Money Mayweather. How many champions did he beat? He beat 16 champions. Name one fighter that's done that. Beat 16 champions. Besides Floyd Mayweather. Anybody else could say they know a fighter that beat 16 champions? Nobody. I know that. Nobody can say that. Okay? This is why I want to see, I want to see Boots in the ring with the likes of a Terrence Crawford, with the best in the world. I want to see. That is the true test to finding out who the guy really is. Is he as good as he says he is? Is he as good as the show that he put on? Interesting things to think about. We need to, that's a fight that we need to see, okay? So, you know, if Crawford and Spence don't work out, well, hey, Boots is a great fight. Spence and Thurman is a great fight. Spence and Ortiz is a great fight. I could continue going. I could just continue going. All right, you know, I mean, you know, it's just a matter of everything is just time, okay? And I do understand that the fact that the promoters, you know, once they get their fighters winning, they want to keep that money flow coming in. Hey, that's the name of the game, the almighty dollar. You know what I'm saying? Keep your fighter winning. Keep them on that pedestal. You know what I'm saying? So, bottom line to it is, you know, I hope they make the fight. I just don't. I'm not seeing that it even is going to happen. If it happens, it'll be next year sometime. Again, we coming close up on Labor Day, and when these guys have been in negotiations for a couple months now, it's just not going to happen, man. I don't think it's going to happen. So, you know, again, we want boxing to become a household name again. We want the fighters to become a household name again. So we need to get boxing back on free TV. Everything you do now in boxing, you got to pay for it. Every little thing that you do now, you got to pay for it. So, you know, getting boxing back on free TV is probably the best way to help boxing, you know, to help the fans get to know these fighters and things like that, you know. So anyway, folks, okay, I've been on here a little bit. So, you know, that's all I got for you guys today. Guys, if you like this sort of content, go ahead, like, subscribe, hit the, you know, do all that, hit the icon bell, all that kind of stuff, so you'll know when I'm going to be coming online again and all that kind of stuff. All right. So, folks, you guys have a great day, and you enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the fight. Remember, keep punching. Don't get punch drunk. Peace. I'm out. Catch you in a minute.